And what is going on here, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. Of course, we're always working on a weekday as well. It is ISG, the intersection of sports and gaming, ISG basketball, and we're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. We're the only show, folks, combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talk the latest in the world of the association, the W, and also college hoops. Got a couple of gamers here as well, playing for cash and prizes, playing NBA 2K27. It's not even out yet, but these guys, they got the custom order as well, the early access. It is here as we come to the platforms of FTF Sports, Next Level Sports, NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel, and ESTV. It's the intersection of sports and gaming, ISG basketball, powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. All right, we come inside here, folks. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, ISG football, ISG college football, and of course, at the end of the week, it is always ISG basketball. As my guy Dennis Scott down with the Orlando Magic used to say, you got to leave it. It's good to be here as we talk the latest in the world of the association, that be the NBA and also the WNBA, and any college hoops that may be out there. We're talking the latest in the world of the NBA, man. Got a lot going on here. Literally, we're less than a month away, about 3-4 weeks away from training camp starting. I believe September 22nd for any of the teams that are playing outside of the U.S. Remember, they got a couple of preseason games in Canada and some other places, and all the teams that are playing in the United States to start their preseason. Those training camps start September the 29th. So we're pretty much 3 to 4 weeks away from starting the NBA training camp. Yeah, it is on, man. The rush is on to see who will lift the Larry O'Brien trophy. Shout out to the good people here, though. You can see the sneakers behind me. Find, curate. You find your sneakers, they curate your outfits. 920 Broadway Avenue here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Literally uptown, man, right off of Broadway and around 44th Street. Open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays, noon to 6 p.m. Eastern. You can buy, you can sell, you can trade, and folks, they're always buying. Available in-store and online now. Also, you can check them out online on Whatnot. Also, folks, use promo code ISG10 to get $10 off your purchase. Once again, promo code ISG10 to get $10 off your purchase. And Find Curate, they don't only curate your outfits, but they also show you how those fits will look. Large selection of sneakers. There you can see, man, they got plenty of sneakers. Thousands of pairs of sneakers for you. Also, a large selection of clothes as well, and streetwear. Jordans, Nikes, Adidas, New Balance, Pumas, Reeboks, got it. They get it all here, and other options as well. Shout out to the owner here. There's my guy. You can see him in the back of the screen there. That is Ant-Man Anthony. Once again, Find Curate here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 8 p.m. Eastern, and on Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the co-host for the day. There's top left-hand corner of the screen. That is Nubyjas Wilborn. He's a writer for SI.com and multiple other publications. Born and raised down south in the ATL, but currently he traps in those three rivers. It's the confluence, folks. It's the confluence. Those three rivers are, kind sir, smallest body of water to largest body of water. Go.
Hey, hold on. Before we even get to that, I need some of them sneakers, man. I will small body and large body of water. How about that?
You come down and I'll make sure my guy Ant-Man takes care of you, dude.
So look,
come on down, man.
What I'm gonna do, right? So I'm gonna go from the Allegheny, right?
Allegheny, yep.
I'm gonna go to the Monongahela and then go to the Ohio. And hopefully as I go to the Ohio, I end up with a pair of them Pradas or something. You know what I mean?
Maybe, just maybe.
I'm just saying, hey, I got the address. So he can get
you got the address, of course. 920 Broadway Avenue here in Bayonne.
Oh, he got my address. Make sure
he got your address. He don't know who you is, dude.
That's all right.
Beats up A down. She's in the A town. Andrew Richard, what's up? What's the latest there in the ATL?
I mean, everything is good in Atlanta, but it ain't nothing as hot as a Charlotte Sting, I believe. What is it? Charlotte Hornets original starter jacket. So let's look back there and see if they have that back there. Okay.
I'll look around.
Some starter jackets out
there. I know they got some. They got a Seattle Supersonics Kevin Durant jersey up here as well, man. What was that? 2007. That's who he was drafted by. Yeah. So there you go.
Make that work. I got the storm hat.
Hartford Whalers, my producer, saying that's Brass Bonanza. Remember the great song from the Hartford Whalers. All right, you guys ready to get this thing started? Talk the latest in the world of the NBA, WNBA, and also college hoops.
Let's do it.
All right, here's a look at the rundown, folks. ISG, the intersection of sports and gaming, powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. Enes Kanter Freedom. Freedom, I won't lose. Man, he was ejected and banned from the Chicago Sky Arena, this Wintrust Arena there. We'll get into all of that, show you the video and everything else, all the machinations behind that. Jayson Tatum's dad questions the Celtics roster Did he say they're ish? And who he thinks is going to win the championship? He did not pick his son in the Celtics. We'll talk about that. Klay Thompson, speaking of championships, a 4-time champion, signing with the Miami Heat. We'll let you hear from old Klay. And also his former teammate basically said, don't expect the old Klay from about, 8-9 years ago. Jonathan Kuminga, speaking of the former Golden State Warriors, he signs with the Timberwolves, and also DeMar DeRozan. He is going to the Nuggets. I really like that. Hopefully he comes off the bench. We'll talk about that. And then Blake Griffin, he's going to host a late-night sports talk show. Should be very interesting. I think he's a funny guy. It's going to be on Amazon and also on YouTube, so we'll talk about that. Real quickly, got a couple games we're playing. NBA 2K27 just came out. It's actually not out. It comes out next week, but the early access is out. JustZyrell, he's our king of the hills, our champion, playing with the Miami Heat. Andrea the Beast, he's our challenger, playing with the Timberwolves. No NBA games this weekend, but they get to pick between the topics and the subjects we're talking about. Heat versus Timberwolves is on the deck here. Quick profiles of these two young men. We'll start with the challenger, AJ the Beast. Hoorah! Alan Lowry from Riverside, California, 45 years of age, and like I said, hoorah, United States Marine Corps veteran. Thank you for your service to this great country. Once again, Alan Lowry, a United States Marine Corps vet. How about a king of the hill? That would be JustZyrell. Zyrell Rebels, can he kick it? Of course he can. From Columbus, OHIO, 25 years of age. He's an airline rep agent. 2K25 Playmakers Tournament Finals. He's our king of the hills and lost the game in about 4 months. All right, guys, so we're going to get this thing started. King of the Hill, let's go ahead and play it. Heat versus Timberwolves right here on FTL Sports, Next Level Sports, NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel, and ESTV. That pregame show brought to you by good friends at Golf Zone Social. 3 locations. Where Brooklyn at? You got West Knock and Scarsdale, and also BK. It's a sports bar and an indoor golf lounge. 16 total bays. You got 1 huge VIP suite and 15 other bays and simulators there. It is where golf literally meets social. The best indoor golf experience that you find. Indoor golf games meaning unparalleled social engagement. If you can play video games on those suites and those simulators there, you can also play on some 240 courses. It is a true experience, and it's more than just an indoor golf lounge, folks. It's a bar, a sports bar, lounge, and a restaurant all in one. We'll be there next week. Check them out online, golfzonesocial.com. We're here inside of Fine Curate sneaker store, and also they got a lot of streetwear and everything that you need here inside of Fine Curate. Open 5 days a week, noon to 8 p.m. on Wednesday through Saturday, and on Sundays, noon to 6 p.m. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, ISG Basketball. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey, the only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. I've got my guys rolling with me, Nubyjas. Wilborn, he's a writer for SI.com. Top right-hand corner of the screen, that is Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. While we talk the latest in the world of sports, got a couple gamers here playing NBA 2K27, early access is not even out yet, but they're playing. You're getting a good look at it here. Middle of the screen, that is Zyrell. He's playing with the Miami Heat. They're in the red jerseys. He's tied now 4-4 here in the early stages of the first quarter. AJ the Beast, bottom of the screen there. He's playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're the home team. They are in white. All right, guys, let's get to the topics here. And the number one topic in the NBA, the WNBA, and all of basketball right now is Enes Kanter Freedom. Enes Kanter Freedom, of course, ejected from that game with the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever last Sunday. That game in the Sky Arena, Wintrust Arena in Chicago. Really big audience there. I think the biggest audience they've had WNBA ratings since the beginning in 1997. I think the third biggest, but the biggest since 1997. Had about 3.3 million people watching, almost 4 million that were at peak. But that's not the story. The story is, see, we should be talking about things like that, but we're not because of all the shenanigans going on in the WNBA. He was got into it with Natasha Cloud here, did a kind of approach her, threw his hands up in the air and says, "What? I didn't even say anything." Look, he talked about announcement about going into the NBA, the WNBA draft in 2027. We talked about the transgender issue and things of that nature. He says, I am a woman. He was ejected with that confrontation with Natasha Cloud. Cloud reportedly yelled, "She don't want to sleep with you." He's talking about
I love Natasha Cloud.
That was pretty good. She was talking about Sophie Cunningham, of course, made the first comments about protecting young girls, and that's when people like Enes Kanter and also Royce White talked about they wanted to play in the WNBA. The WNBA has also said they're not going to do that. He wore the T-shirt that says "Woman," noun, adult, human, female. But once again, Enes Kanter ejected from the arena and also banned from the Sky's home games going forward, or at least indefinitely. Now, he can go and buy a ticket to another game or watch the WNBA. So we'll start with you, Andrew. Got to get your thoughts here. Enes Kanter Freedom, was it right for the WNBA to eject him and also ban him from the Chicago Sky game? The Chicago Sky, one of the owners said, look, It's his fault because he approached her and it was almost like it was in a threatening position. He did compare it to a gun or something like that, or shooting someone. I don't know about that, but it was a little threatening. I hate to see how men try to dominate and be domineering against women. That's never a good look. Your thoughts here?
And that's the issue, Larry, because this whole issue, or at least what Enes Kanter Freedom, his fake name, there's a long Twitter thread about who he really works for, too. I suggest that you watch it or try to look up what I'm talking about. Either way, this allegedly by Enes Kanter, it's a concern for quote-unquote men playing in sports, and what they really mean are trans women trying to inject themselves in women's sports. But it's none other than Enes Kanter Freedom and other cis men who are even refusing to commit to the bit and act, even pretend like they're transitioning or act like they're women, that are consistently on the sidelines of WNBA games, not to watch the game, not to enjoy the game, not even to promote anything positive, but to be a scourge and honestly to incite anger
and to antagonize. And that's what the Chicago Scots owners were talking about. Yeah.
Yes, they want to have more issues like this. They just want to be agitators. All of this is stupid. It's cis men who are continuously trying to make themselves me when this is the WNBA's moment. None of this is about concern for trans people. I hate the fact that Republicans or people like Enes Kanter's ilk are acting like all you need to do in order to be a trans person, the only requirement is putting on a wig. And suddenly you're a trans person. That's not what happens, and that's not the transitioning process that is required in order to make sure that you can even participate in sports. At the end of the day, trans people do deserve to play in sports. At the end of the day, it's not as simple as putting on a wig and being quote unquote trans, even though he will not even say that he is a trans woman. If you ask, he will not do that.
He says, I'm woman. I'm woman.
Yeah,
he says that. I'm woman.
He's wearing a shirt, but he is also, he was on Fox News. He was asked about it, and he talked about bylaws instead of actually owning up to a transition anyway. And also, too, people like his ilk and the XXYY people don't care about basketball. All they care about is hating on people. The original WNBA fan base, which is LGBT people, including trans people, is disgusting.
Yeah. Nubyjas, your thoughts here. You okay with the ban and the ejection?
Well, before we even go there, can anyone name a trans woman basketball player?
There's one in France.
And guess what?
Name 5 trans women athletes.
I can't. Like I said, there's one. There's one.
Can I say one thing about Tortat? She's now, that's the trans woman in France that people most likely talk about. She's averaging, 20 and 10 in France's second-tier league, so not even the one below the Premier League. And there's somebody who was an NWSL for Australia MVP right now.
Right.
In the WNBA, she's averaging 3 rebounds.
And a swimmer and the boxer, we don't know. Okay. That's about a handful of cases in about the last 5 years.
You're talking about Imani Khalif, who's not trans.
Exactly.
They're not trans. Or people who have hormonal issues too.
Sure.
Because let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay. Well, no. Of course, I want you to know, should the WNBA address this or just do what they're doing, which is basically like, we're going to ignore you. You're not getting into the league because you have to be drafted to be drafted into the WNBA. We're not doing this.
But you're asking them to address a thing that doesn't exist.
Sure.
Again, I literally asked, tell me who are the up-and-coming trans basketball players. No one can name them. Tell me where these trans athletes are. Okay. Hell, let's get to it. How many trans people do you know in your life? How many people actually interact with a trans person? Even know who they are, what they're about, what they experience, what their bodies go through, any of that. You don't even know a trans person. You don't even come into contact with them. So first of all, let's start there. There aren't even that many trans athletes, period, let alone going in this level. Then, first of all, let's start with Royce White. That man got out of the league because he couldn't fly on the plane. Okay? Let's go there.
Okay. He could have an issue or some sort of health issue or something like that, or some sort of mental issue could be as well.
Okay, because he wasn't man enough to cut it in the NBA.
To be fair.
No, because this is what we're doing here. Since we're doing this, let's do this. He wasn't man enough.
No, when you get loud, this is what happens. You invite stuff. So
right, because that's what they're saying. They're saying that these dudes who can't make it in the men's league are going to go in the women's league, and yet that's literally what Royce White is doing. Also, Enes Kanter, who couldn't cut it in the NBA at the end of the day, who couldn't make a roster.
A little too slew-footed. We had him on our show back in 2022, his last year in the NBA with the Celtics. I thought he was a good player. He should have went to Kentucky. We know about what happened there. Didn't actually step foot there. But the game passed him by.
And also, we fought for his freedom, literally. That's why he calls himself Freedom, because the only time how them Turkey people did him. See if you go over there.
Yeah.
And you go to Turkey wear a wig.
And his parents. Exactly. Yeah.
Let him go to Turkey wear a wig, see what happens. If you want to play them games. In fact, let me walk up to him and call him a woman and see what he says. Do you think he would react politely to that? If I say, hey, girl, how are you? You think he would react politely to that? No, he wouldn't, because he's not about this life. This is really irritating, because here's what's going to happen.
He didn't really want any smoke from the men outside the arena either. You notice he didn't want to talk to any of them.
Right, but that's my whole point.
Like, dude, you're 16. You're a big bad dude, right?
Because here's the other part of this, and this is the real issue.
He's not trying to do anything
criminal. This thing becomes weaponized against black women. This thing becomes like, that's why you had the stuff with Serena Williams where people called her a man. That's why you had the thing with Clarissa Shields. People call her, you know what I'm saying? Like, any woman who is physical, who has muscles, and is black in particular, gets those labels. So what will happen is you're going to have things that
she's the poster child in the WNBA.
You're going to have things that are going to Brittany Griner, you know what I'm saying, who got these labels. You're going to have these things that are going to be attacked at black women in these sports, in a sport that's already black and queer. They're going to use this trans thing as another way to attack them. They do not care about women's sports. Ask them how many women's sporting events they ever watched, supported, or given their money to. This is BS.
Sure.
Tired of this. It is really frustrating that this is even a thing.
Go ahead real quick, Andrew.
People have literally gone up to them and asked them to name 5 different WNBA players, and they can't even do that.
Yeah.
They don't
go
care.
to a WNBA event, you can't even LARP that.
That's a problem. Yeah.
Also, one more thing. The framing of grown men playing against little girls also is a very important thing we have to address. Because they're making like some 25-year-old dude is going to go play 9U sports against literal little girls. Because that's what they're saying in that framing. They're being disingenuous in their framing. They're being dishonest. And they're talking about a thing that's not happening. It is not a thing because you can't name any trans athletes.
You know, look, this is a country we're founded on, saying whatever you want. We got certain rights. You got the First Amendment. I want Enes Kanter to be able to still go see WNBA games. When you do something crazy across the line, they'll kick him out. But I want him to go because he has a right to have this sort of thought process. This is his opinion. I got no problem with it. I disagree with him. I do think this is a publicity stunt, and this is how this is.
If we gonna act like that, he'll even go to those games.
Yeah, that's fine. But he's got, like the Chicago Sky owner said, he must comport himself a certain way. Yeah. You cross the line, then he's got to go. I'm fine with that. He can buy a ticket and be just like any other fan. This is going to play out. We'll see about this 2027.
We'll see how many tickets
we're not going to. These guys will not be drafted and entered into this league. That's not going to happen. So,
I bet he'll never go to another WNBA game again. He won't go to
I think he will.
For the NHL draft right now. Does that mean that I'm going to get drafted? Like, hell no. Get out of here.
He's got to give Fox News some sort of material.
Go get a real life. Go be
So we'll see.
Never mind. How about this? I'm real mean.
Hey, look, my thing is, I would just challenge people, look at the sort of the growth that he's had or the lack thereof, and just see how he's gone.
I hadn't thought about this man in 5 years.
From talking about Turkey and being persecuted in his country to talking about Michael Jordan and then LeBron James and then going on this side, which is fine, and he's got every right to do that.
I haven't thought about they or them years because that hadn't been worth thinking about, because even when he was an active player, he really wasn't worth thinking about.
If you want to see who he's tied to,
look at the transition. Look at the transition, folks, and see.
Yeah, but he won't transition for real.
That transition too, by the way.
Not this sort of transition.
There's people backing him. It's interesting.
It is. But look, I don't think it's going anywhere. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see if he goes to any other games. The good news is the games will continue. It seems like it's a really budding rivalry between these two teams, the Sky and the Fever. Playoffs are pretty much set here. I think the last team clinched the spot the other day. So things are moving up for the WNBA. The ratings are higher, and that's what really all that matters. If we can just get the attention back on the young ladies and the game and the product itself, that will serve the game well. But, hey, we've been doing this for all year, and we still haven't seen it. But maybe when the playoffs start, that will come. All right, we'll keep an eye on this NBA 2K game. Got a good one here. Got the Miami Heat up. So Zyrellplaying with the Heat there in the red jersey. Got a nice little comfortable lead here. Almost double digits there. Actually, it's double digits, about 13 points over Age of the Beast in the white jerseys playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. That first quarter brought to you by good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Authentic Mexican restaurant open 7 days a week. Great food, great atmosphere, great affordable drinks. Their libations are definitely flowing. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern, folks. Mariachi shows every other Tuesday. You've been watching the show. You've seen that, man. The great costumes, sombreros. It is awesome. There will be there next week for ISG college football. DJs on the weekends, Latin nights on the weekends as well. They also have a beautiful patio. The weather is great. The Golden Eagle, it is landed right there in Bale, New Jersey. AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. More ISG basketball. We're back after a quick timeout. Welcome back here to ISG Basketball. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. We're the only show, folks, combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talk the latest in the world, the NBA, WNBA, and also college hoops. Got a couple gamers here playing NBA 2K 27, not even out yet, early access. They're playing right here. No NBA games this week, so they're playing using the teams that any topics or subjects we might be talking about. Heat versus Timberwolves. Zyrellell, bottom left-hand corner screen, playing with the Heat. Bottom left-hand corner screen. He's in the red jerseys. Age of the Beast on the right-hand side. He is playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's down by 11. They're in white jerseys. Nubyjas, Wilborn, a writer for SI.com. Left of the screen there, top right-hand corner screen. That is Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. All right, guys, back to the NBA topics here. We were just talking about the WNBA. Let's get into the NBA here. And not a lot going on in the NBA, except a bunch of fathers sitting around a table having a nice little discussion here. How about Jayson Tatum's dad? In a little hot water here, basically questioned the Celtics roster. He was on this podcast here. Jayson Tatum's dad questioning the Celtics roster on the Ultimate Dads Unplugged podcast. You can see LeVar Ball was on there, Dwayne Wade's dad on there, Jayson Tatum's dad, Justin Tatum, and Jaylen Brown's dad on there. Let's listen to him. He was asked about who's going to win the championship by LeVar Ball. Questionable what he said. It was very surprising there about the team he picked. And then he got in on the Celtics as well, but I do want to caution folks, try to listen to this as best you can, and then we'll talk about it on this side. Here's Justin Tatum, father of Jayson Tatum, on the Unplugged, the Ultimate Dads Unplugged podcast. Take a listen.
Tatum, talk to him.
Realistically, shit, I might say New York might run it back.
I'll slap the hell out of him. If you don't say, hey, the team your son on, you got to be crazy. You see, he said his son. I said, you better say your son.
Right now, roster shit.
Who cares about the roster?
Shit, I do.
So that was Jayson Tatum's dad there. You can hear LeVar Ball basically like, you're not going to root for your son. First of all, he picked the Knicks. Jayson Tatum's dad did. Justin Tatum to basically repeat as of right now. And he talked about the Celtics, and he said ish. And he talked about the roster, but he got cut off on that. And then he came back and says, he kind of repeated it again. I don't think he ever got his full thought out there because they kind of, interrupted him. So I'm going to be fair on this. I don't think Justin Tatum was saying the Celtics roster is ish. Your thoughts here, guys, when you hear that and what he was trying to say, and then Jaylen Brown's dad comes in as well. So he kind of got interrupted 2 or 3 times there. I don't think that's what he was saying, but clearly that's not the team he had right now winning the title, which is his son's team. He did think the Knicks would sort of repeat. Your thoughts here, Nubyjas, on
since we've been doing this, I've had a recurring theme.
He didn't say the Celtics roster was ish.
Right.
Let's be clear on that.
I'm saying, I've had a recurring theme since we've started this. And what is that theme when it comes to current players doing podcasts?
These are the fathers.
But, they current players should. So now I'm going to expand this to say their families should also not have podcasts. Their spouses, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their families, anyone around them, none of them should have podcasts.
Did you just say their boyfriends? That's a whole nother topic.
I said athletes. I didn't gender it. I said athletes.
Right. Fair enough.
Spouses, partners, whatever you want to call
them. Boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, absolutely.
All of them.
Exactly.
Nobody connected to a current athlete, including their agents, Rich Paul, have a podcast, because clearly none of y'all know how to act. But hey, we get some content here, so we'll take it, and this is what it is. But remember, I said not only the athlete themselves, wives, spouses, husbands, whomever, agents should not have podcast.
Everybody. If you know them, like if you knew them in high school, don't even have a podcast either.
Right. That's even worse. or former teammates, apparently. It's any of them.
All right, Andrew, your thoughts here. What did you hear listening to Justin Tatum, which is Jayson Tatum's father, who's actually a coach? I think they won a championship in the NBL, I think last year or the year before last. So, and he was a pretty good basketball player in his own right. But you know, he did say the words. He didn't really say Celtics, but he said their roster.
By the way, shout out to everybody who thought that Jayson Tatum was a biracial or white man biracial. By the way, but
no, light-skinned people do exist. Thank
you. I'm just saying, shout out to everybody who thought he's a white man biracial.
Right. No, he's not. Father is African American, and so is his mom.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, but
from St. Louis. But go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
I don't feel like this team. However, I mean, first of all, one thing that the Knicks will repeat, I really do feel like people are underrating our rebound thanks to Mitch Robinson leaving. But even though the Celtics do have him, I still don't think that there's enough for this Celtics roster, especially when you look at the rest of the East, right? I mean, maybe the Heat, if one thing Pat Riley is very good at doing is finding shooters from Timbuktu. So if the Heat can find some shooters, you have Giannis, you have Bam. That's a pretty good outlook, right? You have Tyrese Halliburton in your crew. Maybe they're going to look better, right? Obviously the Knicks. And then you have the 76ers as well. This East is going to be a very fun and interesting, I wouldn't say bloodbath, but it's going to be more competitive than a lot of other years. We still haven't mentioned the Cavs, and they've had a deep stretch for years as well.
Even the Hawks
of the Celtics team, because I don't think that they have enough firepower. If you look at the rest of the East, it is Jayson Tatum, and you have a lot of parts, you have a lot of pieces, but you don't have that next person that can alleviate pressure from Jayson Tatum. Especially if you consider the fact that he is coming off an injury now. There's an asterisk. He is coming off a lot more rest than a lot of other people from injury, but the Celtics have a lot to compete with in the East, and Jayson Tatum.
And he's going to be 17 months removed by the time they start in October.
Also, let me be clear. I didn't say that his father was inaccurate in his assessment of the roster.
Well, he said.
I didn't say that he was inaccurate.
He said the roster got cut off, and then he came back.
No, I get it. I get it. But I'm saying,
on that.
But I'm saying, if he had a critique of
but he did pick against them too.
It would not. He didn't pick them to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, exactly.
There are valid critiques of that roster. He is not inaccurate of his critique of the roster. Yeah. My point is, this brings on extra scrutiny, and it makes it, again, it's the same thing with Rich Paul having a podcast talking about LeBron. It's like, okay, is this Rich Paul's opinion or is LeBron's opinion, or both? Same way when you have players, you know, like you had,
and that's the problem. Right, that's the problem. Now you got to speak for your dad, because now we want to know, like, Jayson Tatum, do you agree with your own father?
Right, and that's the thing. And he's not wrong, but
yeah, but this is coming off of a season in which Jayson Tatum basically said, subtweeted, if not said outright out loud, that, hey, I'm the big dog of this team. I don't need Jaylen Brown. I don't need anybody else but me. So there's added scrutiny and pressure when your dad also on top of that.
I'm not the smartest one in the room. It's okay not being the smartest one in the room, right?
Yeah. You want to be the loudest, big dog in the room, but not even the dad thinks that he can do it alone. So,
hey man, but this is the scrutiny you bring about yourself when you.
That is true.
That's all.
That's true.
But hey, this is what we're here, so we're doing it, and hey, this is what you bring, so this is what you do. Remember that.
Real quick before we get out of here and move on to the next commercial and the next topic, do you think that Tatum has talked to his father about this? You think he's told him, like, look, bro, like, can we not talk about the team?
No, man, like, especially sports dad. You ever been to an AU tournament? They just be saying stuff. They just be talking. And
I'm thinking about my own son.
But he's not just sports dad, though.
It's going to be hard for, like, my son could really, like, get me to pipe down. It's like, hold on.
Hey, but here's the thing,
I'm senior. I'm saying, I'm senior.
But in this instance, though, he's not just sports dad.
Right.
This is a knowledgeable basketball.
Yeah, basketball player and coach and a championship coach.
But you can be knowledgeable, but you still can't stop being dad. Like, dad never stops. Parent never stops. No matter how much sport you know. You're still
now you give him
my son is the best. He can do anything, and so when you don't think that he can do everything, it does look a little bit.
This 2K game is tied at 62 real quick.
Go ahead. At an AAU game, It's one thing you say that at the game. It's another thing on the podcast.
Let me get both of you guys on this real quickly. Did he say the roster shit or ish? Yes or no? Did he say the roster's ish?
I mean, he wouldn't have been lying if he did.
I didn't ask you all that. Did
I don't think he said that.
Exactly. Me neither. But
it also doesn't matter.
And you don't want to go there, do you? You just want to poke at my Celtics. That's what you're trying to sow dissension. That's what you're trying to do. Sow doubt.
But Larry, if he said it, was he wrong?
Yes.
No, I think the Celtics are going to be better than what people think. But I'm an eternal optimistic person, so it's all good.
That's fair. I'll let you.
Good luck to everyone.
We're gonna win 50-some games this year, and we're gonna win 50-some games this year. We're gonna be a top 2 seed. Watch.
And get eliminated first round.
All right, we got to go. All right, keep an eye on this NBA 2K game, tied at 64. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, guys. We'll catch the end of this. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at Tottenville Bagels. 3 locations, one in Staten Island, that's Shaolin for you kids out there, Broadway and Bayonne, and also Avenel Street. A bagel born from tradition, hand-rolled bagels. Each one is crafted using time-honored techniques and special ingredients. They're popular bagel stores in Staten Island and all over the Garden State, man. Not only are they known for their fresh hand-rolled bagels, but they also have a wide variety of breakfast sandwiches and lunch sandwiches as well. They got burgers, chopped cheese, cheesesteaks, deli sandwiches, pancakes, waffles, French toast. French toasts are great. Plenty of options with the bagels there. I like the French toast bagel, cinnamon raisin bagel. Also, the blueberry bagel is really good. They got fresh bagels made daily on location. That is the secret sauce there. Catch them out online. TottenvilleBagels.com. 3 locations: Staten Island, Bayonne, and Avenel, New Jersey, and more. ISG basketball. We're back after a quick timeout. All right, back here on ISG Basketball, who are powered by Uno Pearson Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. We're the only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. Talking the latest in the world of the NBA, WNBA, and also college hoops. Got a couple games are playing for cash and prizes. NBA 2K27, and man, we just saw a heck of a finish there. If I'm not mistaken, did our King of the Hill just go down? I think he did. AJ the Beast pulled it out, playing with the T-Wolves. Yes, as we're coming back from commercial break, he scored the final. Yes, I think he won by 3, 70-67. Got in the bounce Wilborn on a rider for SI.
I picked AJ the Beast.
I did too. We didn't do any. We don't have any.
Yeah, but I put it on the record. I picked it in my head.
Oh man, we got Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. All right, guys, let's get back to the NBA topics here. Let's talk about Klay Thompson. You guys see this Klay Thompson, of course, signing with the Miami Heat here. So gonna be playing with the Miami Heat, but been in the NBA, I guess we can say 16 seasons. This will be his 16th season. Actually be his 14th, remember, because he missed a couple of years there. So I think it was at 2021 and 2022 maybe.
Years.
No, 2020 and 2021. So it depends on when. 16 years in the league, only 14 actually on the court. Signing with the Miami Heat earlier this week, man, and he talked about how, this was, he wanted to get that taste. He's had a taste of winning, and this is a great organization for him. So let's go ahead and listen to Klay Thompson, who signed with the Miami Heat earlier this week at his introductory press conference, talking about being with an organization now that's used to winning as well, and what he brings down there to Biscayne Bay with the Miami Heat. Take a listen to Klay Thompson right now. Take a listen.
Still feel like I have a lot to prove, even in year 14, whatever it is, and I still feel like I can prove that by being on a winning team, and that's all you could ask for is the opportunity. So for myself and this upcoming season, it's kind of a redemption season for me to show I can still make an impact on winning and do it consistently. And I just can't really wait to get to work. It's pretty surreal being here.
All right, so that was Klay Thompson earlier this week, man, being introduced there. You got Eric Spoelstra. Klay going to rock the number 11 with the Miami Heat, a team that, of course, they got Giannis. They got Bam, so they're looking pretty good as well. Got Nick Richards earlier this week as well. Going to be joining the Miami Heat. 4-time champ. Won 4 of those rings with those Golden State Warriors. Once again, 15, 17, 18, and 2022. He talked about being a 4-time champion. He talked about, he's had this taste of winning before. How about his former teammate, Draymond Green, though? He cautioned everybody. He said, you're not going to get the 2017-2018 Klay. You're going to get more like the Miami Ray Allen Miami person that you're going to get. You're going to get that Ray Allen from Miami that he won. I think he played those last 2 years or won a championship with the Heat. Was at 13 and 14, won it in 13 with that great shot in the corner. Your thoughts here, Andrea, on Klay Thompson signing with the Heat? I think this is a really good idea. It's a really good fit for him there. I don't think he's a 20-point game scorer. Doesn't have to be. But if he can hit 38 to 40% of his threes, that's going to help the Miami Heat.
There's a reason why I didn't mention Klay Thompson when I was talking about Miami in the previous section, Miami shooters, right? Because obviously you have Giannis, obviously you have Bam. Those are very good players. You need people who can shoot the ball. Klay Thompson was still hovering around 40% last year, which is great. But if you compare it to even the year before or the year prior to, there's a drop in 3 points per year ever since his last year in the Warriors. So he has been declining as of late. Old boy's getting up there in age. And
a lot of injuries, absolutely.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when he combined the age and the time, Father Time is undefeated. So when Draymond, obviously it coming from Draymond does come off with a little bit like hate, you know, being a former teammate and saying, hey, this isn't the same guy I play with. Okay, Dre, didn't really need to say that. But the reality is Klay Thompson, you know you're probably going to get good shooting from him, especially if he ends the year the way that he ended the year physically, because he struggled at the beginning. But if he can play pretty good basketball and hit timely threes, he is going to be very important for the team. But there does need to be more shooters around Bam and Giannis, because old man Klay isn't going to get it done alone for this team. They need more and more and more. But a good idea, like you said, Larry. I want to see more.
I tell you what, Nubyjas, this is going to help him. Like, he played at Dallas last year, went through stuff with Megan Thee Stallion as well. Look, he's going to a team that's on paper, that's going to be right in the thick of it. Should be a top 4 seed in the East. I don't even know if top 4. I would say 5 or 6, but at least top 3. I mean, a top 5 or 6 there. Maybe this is going to reinvigorate him, Nubyjas. About 30 seconds, go.
I mean, look, he's talented. He still shoot. I mean,
and like Draymond said, he'll be able to shoot when he's 60.
I mean, look, he's still. I mean, again, how good he's gonna be, I don't know, but he's gonna be a pro. He won't be any trouble. He's gonna be quiet. I mean,
Daddy played in the state of Florida.
I'm just saying, like, I mean,
a 20-minute flight from the Bahamas is home.
For the most part, we've never really had any drama with Klay Thompson.
No,
Even the drama we've seen was not him saying anything. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
I want them folk in my mentions.
Come on.
But I'm just saying, Klay be quiet, mind his business. And he can do that. He'll be, and if he can produce, he will. He'll figure it out. I don't think he's gonna be great, but he can help.
How much do you think he'll help? I think they're gonna be top 4 in the East. I do.
I mean, they're in the South. I know we don't count divisions the same way anymore.
We don't do divisions in the NBA.
But it does matter because it's who you play most. Those are the teams who play the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean,
a lot of Orlando. Yes, we know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're better than. I think they're probably better than Orlando. I think they're better than Atlanta. I think they're better than Washington. And those teams are going to play the most. I know it's not the same with division, but I do think that still matters.
I think Orlando's probably going to be interesting with them, at least early on, depending on what version of Orlando we see too, because they also have some shooting issues as well. But top 5, like you said, the East is going to be a bloodbath, and we'll see. Usually, Riley's gems catch on towards the end of the year and not in the beginning. So.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the Miami Heat. Once again, Klay Thompson signing with the Miami Heat earlier this week. Once again, he's going to be close. You know, his father and his family members are from natives of the Bahamas. So he's a 20-minute flight and about an hour and a half, 2-hour boat ride to the Bahamas. So he's going to be close, man. He's really excited about that.
Him and Meg are back together by mid-season. How about that?
Boy, he can bring his boat down there. They call him Biscayne Clay down there with Biscayne Bay.
He'll be down there. She'll be in Miami.
At the old
She got a Popeyes down there?
I was there. Huh?
She got a Popeyes down there?
She got Popeyes everywhere, man. All over. Louisiana kitchen. All right, Klay Thompson signing with the Miami Heat. The NBA 2K game is over. Our King of the Hill goes down for the first time in 4 months. The T-Wolves get the win over Klay Thompson's Miami Heat. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends at Fine Curate right here in Bayonne, New Jersey. This is the place where I'm at. 920 Broadway Avenue in Bayonne, New Jersey. Open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday, Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 8 p.m. Eastern, on Sundays, noon to 6 p.m. Eastern. You can buy, you can sell, you can trade, and they're always buying. Available in-store and online now. Check them out on Whatnot. Also, use promo code ISG10, to get $10 off your purchase at Fine Curate. They don't only curate your outfits, but they also show you how those outfits will look. Large selections of sneakers, guys. We're talking about thousands of pairs of sneakers, thousands of pairs of clothing articles and streetwear. They got Jordans, Nikes, Adidas, New Balance, Puma, Reebok, you name it. Other options as well. Ask for my guy, Anthony, man. He is here to take care of you. Find Curate, open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday, noon to 8 p.m. Eastern, on Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern. More ISG basketball. We're back after a quick timeout. Welcome back here to ISG Basketball. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, the intersection of sports gaming, the only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. The gaming is over. Had a couple gamers playing for cash and prizes, playing NBA 2K27, which is not out, but the early access is. And our King of the Hill, playing with the Miami Heat, goes down at the very end to the challenger, playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's the teams they got to play with. No NBA games this weekend, so they pick between the stories and the subjects that we're talking about. And we're definitely talking about the Miami Heat with Klay Thompson, Minnesota Timberwolves as well. When we're talking about who we had, Jayson, Tatum, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga signing with the Timberwolves. And speaking of the Timberwolves, got Nubyjas, Wilborn, writer for SI.com, and Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. There he is, Jonathan Kuminga signing with the T-Wolves earlier this week. Gets a 2-year deal worth around $13 million, 23 years of age. Reportedly, though, turned down, 2 years ago, about 4 years and almost $90 million. Ended up signing a 1-year deal for about $24 million. And then was offered, 3 years and about 36 by the Lakers. I thought he was going to L.A., which would have been about $12 million a year, which is what he's getting total in Minnesota. Man, he need to fire his agent. Like, that's what? This is like Dennis Schroeder. Remember that? He had that big deal, 4 years, $80 million with the Lakers. And it's like, he never even got close to that again. Your thoughts here, Andrea?
Yeah, I still understand.
By the way, I love the signing in Minnesota. I think that's a good signing for him. But, dude, where's the bag, bro?
Well, yeah, no, he should have forced his way out ever since Steve Kerr was playing games with him. He would have gotten a way bigger bag. That's when his potential was highest. I remember on this very show a couple years ago, me and OG King Kirk talking about the fact that Kuminga could have been in at that point of time. His buzz was high, and people thought he had a high potential game, but as the years have trickled on, he's been a lot of potential, and that potential has not been realized. He has spurts where he can be really good, and then he has spurts where he does, quite frankly, bozo ball. A lot of bozo ball, unfortunately.
23 years of age.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's young, so that's why I feel like he should force his way out way earlier so people could buy into the youth thing. But now as he starts to age, people are going to expect for him to actually pan out, and that's why the Falcons didn't. I mean, the Falcons. That's why the Hawks didn't buy into him, because we haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough, honestly.
Different type of bird.
A lot of money, you know.
Nubyjas,
birds have a looser feather.
But it's hard to shoot your way out of town when you're 20, 21, and you haven't done any damn thing. That's tough. But I see what you're saying. Nubyjas, go ahead.
I mean, he's talented, I guess. We'll see how it goes up there.
He has some talent, yes.
He has talent. I mean, I'm not trying to knock him. I just don't understand who he thinks he is, and I don't understand I don't understand who he thinks he is versus what his production has shown. Now, perhaps it may be different other places, and who knows, man. It's a weird league. It's a tough league, and maybe the change of scenery will work for him. I thought he would have been better suited trying to stay in Atlanta, but hey, he didn't want that. So go look up there in the snow, buddy.
Hey, it's a good team though. Heading to Minnesota, man. You got Melo and Ant, man. That's a really good team there, man.
But
he's going to slide in pretty nicely.
He's been
I think he's going to be a good fit. My thing is, I still want to see, I'm with you, like, as far as just, I want to see his game grow and get to that next level. Because you'll watch him, and he looks like, okay, he can be a nice 3-and-D wing. He's got a good shot. He'll come out and flash 20, 25 points. The next game, 3. Yeah, and then he's making dumb fouls. It's like, yeah, but he's still young. That's part of it.
I don't believe him.
And he's going to be coming off the bench, too, as a six-man versus with the Hawks. Like, I feel like he actually would have grown into that role that you're talking about, Larry, because they still have more pieces to play around with and time to make sure that he can get onto court, you know? But I feel like in Minnesota, they're going to be focused on winning, and Io is a better player at that position. So I don't know. I don't know what he wants or what he expects to see, but hopefully, is it a long-term deal? It's a short-term deal, so maybe he feels like he can flip it, play in spurts, and maybe we can still buy into that.
You think he's coming off the bench?
About his game.
You think he's coming off the bench?
Yes, I think
probably. But like, I could see him in the starting line. Let's see, you got Melo and Ant-Man. Probably got Daniels, right? Yes. I mean, if you want to play small, you got Rudy.
But I feel like Iowa's a better player, so like.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Yep. So, no, you're right. You're right.
Sixth man of the year, maybe if he can do that.
Oh
then he
boy,
can get his money, but
see how he gonna handle it.
Probably would have been better off in Atlanta too.
Yeah, it was just surprising though with the total dollars there, 12 million and some change, a little less than 13 million. It just seemed like he was going to LA, and I thought he was going to get like 15 million. Then you're like, all right, they're talking 3 years, 36, maybe 12 million a year. I'm like, all right, that's about right. A little less than the vet, sort of mid-level exception, but he's got 12 million total for this one.
Yeah, he's too young to chase, but then he's not getting a lot of minutes, and then he's also not getting a lot of money too. So I'm not sure why, but yeah, sure. I guess
right, we'll
publicity.
Keep it on it. Jonathan Kuminga leaving the Atlanta Hawks and signing a free agent deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves. That fourth quarter, guys, brought to you by good friends at 902 Brewing Company. We'll located at 101 Pacific Avenue in Jersey City, a craft brewery there, producing those ales and lagers. Folks, got about 20 different varieties of ales and lagers, handcrafted beers, and the best atmosphere, curated good times made right there in Jersey City. Got the spacious tap room. They host a variety of events, and the star of the show is that beautiful rooftop, man. Great weather here, overlooking Lower Manhattan, the Hudson River, and also the World Trade Center. Check them out online, 902 Brewing Company, 902brewing.com. 20 different varieties of ales and lagers. More ISG basketball. The final timeout. We're coming back after this quick timeout. We're back here on ISG basketball. We're powered by Uno Pizza and Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. The only show combining real sports and gaming at the exact same time. The gaming is over. Our King of the Hill goes down. First time in about 4 months. Heat versus Timberwolves. The Timberwolves gets the win here, being played by the challenger here. We're talking the latest in the world, the NBA, WNBA, and also college hoops. Got in about, so we're on a writer for SI.com, and also Andrea Richmond. She's a sports reporter in Atlanta. Back to the NBA topics. Got about 4 to 5 minutes to go here. DeMar DeRozan signing with the Nuggets. You guys like that? What was it? A 1-year deal, vet minimum, I believe. What, less than $4 million, so $3.9 million. So 37 years of age, 6-time All-Star. I think he's going to fit well here. Bring him off the bench and play in those 9 Joker minutes. That's what I really want to see from DeMar DeRozan. I think that can really be a benefit to the Nuggets. Your thoughts here, guys? Start with you, Nubyjas.
I mean, hey, man, if he's healthy and he's good, he'll contribute. He'll contribute. Do I think the Nuggets are a threat as they're currently constituted? A threat to some sandwiches, but that's about it.
A threat to the dipping sauce, right? Barbecue sauce and
there you go.
Sweet and sour honey mustard. Andrea, look, I actually think he's going to be a good fit here. Look, I don't think he's a great three-point shooter. He never has been. I mean, he's the master of the mid-range. But let him come off the bench, man, and let him cook. I just don't know if he can sit around and shoot, pull-up threes or, open threes on the perimeter there for Denver in that offense.
DeMar has always been a bucket, especially in the low post, finding his own shot, creating his own shot, and, playing some good defense, good rebounding here or there. At the end of the day, though, I'm still not buying the Nuggets until, obviously, we need Aaron Gordon back and healthy, but I need Murray to step up. I think if Murray steps up big, maybe we can start to be a little bit more interested in this team again, but they've been a little bit lackluster because of that, not having the same shot-making ability that they had in 2023. So, fine. Yeah, are you still going to be OKC? That's a problem. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, we'll see about the Nuggets. I do think they got better, but that was going to be tough losing somebody like Peyton Watson. We talked about that a week or two ago. Real quickly, guys, got about 2 minutes to go before we get out of here. Y'all see this? Blake Griffin? This is pretty cool here. Blake Griffin going to be hosting a late-night sports talk show. It's a sort of new weekly sort of late-night sports talk comedy show, I guess you want to call it. It's called The Step Back with Blake Griffin. It's going to premiere October the 20th. I think it's opening night, right? It's going to have a live studio audience as well. It's going to premiere on Prime Video and air on Prime Video and YouTube. Look, Blake's pretty funny. He's done a really good job carving out a nice little niche for himself. He does a really good job on Amazon Prime as well. Andrew, you like this? You going to watch it? I'm going to watch that first episode and see how funny it is. Talking about NIL and, the business of sports and things of that nature, stadiums and things of that nature, and also NBA.
I like the idea of it. Blake is a really funny guy. Has done stand-up, and also, too, like sports late night is a lane, but unfortunately we tried this lane a couple times. Katie Nolan, Dominique Foxworth, not Dominique Foxworth, Bomani Jones also tried to carve this lane, and it didn't
the right
really
time.
Amount.
He had a couple seasons though. He had a couple.
The right time, with Bomani Jones, yeah. Shout out to Bamani. Yeah.
It didn't stay around. It didn't feel like it was supported as much as it could have been. So maybe because of Blake's star power, it's a little bit more supported. But I hope that these instances can actually stick around because it's a great idea, but I haven't seen longevity.
Nubyjas, 30 seconds. Got to get her.
I mean, hey, man, why not? Hey, man, get money. Pay everybody. You know what I'm saying? Get
why
money.
Not? Get money.
Get money. Hey, man, look, it's hard to get on TV. It's hard to get these mics. And it's hard to break through the noise.
I was about to say, yeah. It's hard to cut through, man. It is.
This industry is a tough industry. And, hey, man, if you can get a chance to get up there, however you get up there, get it how you live, do well with it, honor the opportunity, put people on. That's what I hope he does with his production staff, camera people, makeup people. There are going to be a lot of people going to make money off this who probably wouldn't otherwise. So hopefully he does right by them people and see where it goes.
And if it doesn't work out, hey, you have a home here on ISG basketball, powered by Uno Pizza Grill. Look at it in Clifton, New Jersey. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. Let's go ahead and bring in our new King of the Hill, AJ the Beast. You were a beast tonight, AJ. How'd you pull it out, man? That shot at the end to go up by 3, just a great game by you.
Yes, sir. Just play defense. We've been close to beating them a couple times, and we just locked in on defense, and we really wanted to get a win. So, you know.
And you did, kind sir. So we will see you next week, man. Love it, man. And once again, hey, shout out to you, man. Thank you for your service to this country. I know we talk about this all the time, but we really do mean it. You guys want to be like AJ the Beast or Zyrell, a great King of the Hill? We'll see Zyrell here very, very soon. Ages 13 and up, it's all online. You can win cash and other prizes. Weekly King of the Hill format. You win, you stay on the sticks. Join us now at theisgshow.com/NBA2K. Theisgshow.com/NBA2K. Also, got plenty of swag for you guys. Hoodies, long sleeve tees, T-shirts as well. Get it exclusively. The store is always open 24 hours a day. TheISGShow.com/shop. TheISGShow.com/shop. Post-game show brought to you by good friends at Uno Pizza Grill, located in Clifton, New Jersey. Right off of Route 3, they invented deep dish back in 1943. Got their identity and their inspiration from their origins there in the Chi, Chicago. 100 locations in 20 states that serve more than pizza. Got pasta, steaks, seafood burgers, and more. Craft beers, great cocktails, and also vegetarian dishes for you healthy nuts out there. Check them out online. Unos.com. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports. Thanks for watching FTF Sports, Next Level Sports, NESN Nation, Unbeaten Sports Channel, and ESTV. Enjoy the NBA offseason. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.